Welcome to the HyperV installation presentation. We're going to be installing HyperV on our Windows Server 2025. This presentation is one in the series entitled Secure IT Infrastructure Demystified. And of course, software engineering, we have to have a acronym for everything. So SITID, pronounced cited. I hath been to the mountaintop, and I hath sighted the promised land. We have seen the light. So if you haven't seen the cited series intro presentation, please view that now. The link is in the description of this presentation. And we're doing this series in response to the reality that many small and medium businesses are struggling with cybersecurity. And here is the audiences. And in this series, we're going to be delving into not only what to do, but how to do it. Here's a couple of my certifications. This is the network topology diagram of all that we're going to be building. And all demos in this series are going to be done with newly installed operating systems and services. This is important because if an existing software infrastructure is used for a demo, we're virtually certain to miss critical steps because those critical steps might have been done weeks, months, or even years ago and entirely forgotten. So we will not forget any critical steps by virtue of using newly installed operating systems and services. All right, moving on here. We're going to next install HyperV. And this is our brand new installation of Windows Server 2025 operating system. And here, of course, is our overview to show us where we're at. So we're on our Windows Server 2025 physical host. And we're going to install HyperV and the virtual switch here. So at this point, I can envision some of you asking, well, hey, Conrad, why Hyper-V? Why not VMware? So I asked that question to one of the large language models, and the AI came back with this answer that Microsoft could be cheaper, VMware could have better performance, although we're not talking about building production systems here, at least not large production systems. This is primarily for test and development environments. VMware has a steeper learning curve. VMware may have more advanced features. So in my past 20 plus years working on large software engineering projects, I've really always found that Microsoft has better tech support. So that might be the primary reason that I chose Hyper-V over VMware. And we're going to be building several different VMs. There'll be one VM, which is going to be in a Linux server. We'll have another VM that's going to be an Active Directory backup domain controller. Another VM for Burp Suite. Another VM for Kali Linux and Metasploit. And we could even build workstations, like having a Windows 11 or Windows 10 workstation. And we're going to see here that we have one network adapter, and it's the physical network adapter that's attached to our network. And if we run ping here on 8888, it shows that we have full connectivity. Okay, so we're going to install Hyper-V. Hyper-V, of course, is the Microsoft mechanism that allows for virtual machines. So up here, manage and add roles and features. And next, and role-based our feature-based installation. And we're going to take the only server that's there, which is the one that we're on. And we're going to click HyperV. Then you click Add Features. And this takes a bit to come back. And when we do Next, we're going to see that it's going to be installing .NET Framework and the remote server administration tools and Windows PowerShell, which is already installed, but there's some more features that are needed for HyperV. And now we do Next and Next again. And it's very critical you click this. This is what's going to create our virtual switch. It's going to end up as a second network adapter here. And Next. Do not click this. So we're basically taking all of the defaults up to this point. Location on the hard drive. So I'm going to just put this on my C drive here. And I'm going to create a folder called Conrad HyperV. I believe it's a good practice to put your name on things. That way you know that you created them. All right, and take the default for the second item, Next, and install. So this is going to take several minutes here, and when we're done, we're going to have to do a restart. Okay, here we are. We've restarted the server. And if you're running an RDP session, remote desktop, you'll find that you can't get at the new server here using RDP. And the reason is that when we installed the virtual switch here, you see that says unidentified network. So I'm actually attached to the server itself here. We're running a monitor, keyboard, and mouse that's directly on the server hardware. And I'll show you how to fix this. You need to come into the virtual switch here, and you see that says unidentified network. You go into Properties, into Internet Protocol version 4, and Properties, and you can see that it's missing the default gateway. So we're going to put this in 192.168.30 and 1. And now you can see that the unidentified network went away, and it's rocking and rolling here. And just bring up a browser. To show that we're connected. And we'll go like to Google, and we can see that we're connected. So interestingly, if we go to the physical network adapter, which is this one, remember this is the V switch, the virtual switch, and we look at this and we go under the properties, we see that the Internet Protocol is gone. And the only thing that we have that's new is this HyperV extensible virtual switch. So check that, and that should be how your system is configured. All right, now we want to make sure that the switch is actually working. So what we're going to do is we're going to download in Ubuntu desktop. This is the quickest and easiest way of doing it. So ubuntu.com, download desktop, download that. You're going to get an ISO file. Okay, an ISO file. And I've got that copied onto our server right here. It's under C, and I created a folder called Conrad ISOs. And there's our Ubuntu desktop. Okay. So now we're going to get HyperV Manager and right mouse click on this, pin to start. Okay. So now that's going to be on our start menu. And here's HyperV. Okay. So over here in Actions, we're going to go New and Virtual Machine. Okay. And next. And we're going to name this Conrad Ubuntu Desktop. And next. You have to do generation 1. Don't ask why. This is very critical. I've had to research this, trial and error. I've done all that, so I've gone through all the agony, so you won't have to. So generation 1 and next. We're going to make this 2048. That's all we need. And make sure you use dynamic memory. Anytime you create a VM, dynamic memory is what you want. That allows the server, the HyperV server, to put things in background when they're not running. Okay, next. And here we're going to connect to the switch, the virtual switch that we created earlier. Yeah, create a new virtual hard disk. And now here, we're going to get the ISO file. Okay, so ISO and browse. Conrad ISOs, and there's our ISO file. Next, and finish. Okay, so we've created our VM here. And we've only attached it to the ISO. So what we're going to do is we're going to connect to it. And we're going to start. And this is actually going to do the installation. Okay. So this is the ISO file. And we're going to try or install Ubuntu. And here she goes. And this will take several minutes, so we'll come back when this is rocking and rolling. And we are back. The Ubuntu desktop came up here. Now here's a moment of truth. We're going to see if the vSwitch is actually working. And I went through all this pain and agony to configure all this and get it to work, especially with the Nuke mini PC desktop running a server. So what we're going to do here is we're going to try to do a ping to 8888. And here it is. Ta-da! And it works. Hallelujah. All right. So I'm sure that you're all thrilled out of your minds that all worked on the first try. And we'll see you in the next presentation.